Christopher Lee Wilkins here in Orlando, Texas. Now look, I don't post shit and live videos because I expect anyone to give a fuck. I'm not looking for likes. I'm not looking for approval. Alright? That being said, I have been very, very vocal for a long time, like over the last 9 years, at least, maybe even 10 years, very, very vocal about how fucked up things are. Nine years ago, I posted that I was being spied on, and I knew I was being spied on. I knew it. I was on probation for a DUI at the time, so I knew it. When a Texas Ranger is watching you, you're being spied on. Why would a Texas Ranger have been watching me when all I did was a one-time misdemeanor, the only conviction I ever had in my life? A misdemeanor DUI. No injury to me or to others. No incident either. Because I knew I was busted and I cooperated with law enforcement. I didn't resist arrest. I knew I was fucked, so I went along with it. So I saw this shit brewing all the way back to Trayvon Martin. And how they covered that story. George Zimmerman. They said that George Zimmerman was a white supremacist. When, in fact, he was only half white and half Cuban. Oh, forget about the Cuban part. Oh, white supremacist. White supremacist. All right? So, over and over and over again, Michael Brown and Ferguson, and you saw what happened with the Ferguson riots. Oh, those were justified, right? That was justified. That was great. Oh, yay, yeah, that was great. Yeah. That was great. Killing a black police officer, a retired police officer. Yeah. Nobody ever mentions his name. There was no golden casket for him in Minneapolis. No. Of course, that was after the Summer of Love, as they called it in Seattle. The Summer of Love, yeah. Where 6 people were murdered up on Capitol Hill. And I've actually been up on Capitol Hill, exactly where that took place. The no-cop zone, or whatever they called that. What was that? Chaz? Chop? They later changed it to Chop. I don't remember. It was Chaz and then Chop. People were murdered within that zone because it was an anarchist zone. No police officers. No paramedics were even allowed in there. But January 6th, folks, January 6th is all we're fucking hearing about. Wow. Not Stephen Colbert's crew that just stormed the building. Oh, but they're already out of jail. Oh, because it's Stephen Colbert's crew. Do you see what the fuck is going on here? You shut up, you little bitch. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of your shit. Shut up. Or I'm going to kick you in your fucking teeth. Anyway, I don't like that dog. So, Fast forward to 2022. It's the same thing every day. White man, white boy. You know, I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. And in a lot of instances, my friends didn't even call me by my first name, Chris. They called me Güero. Güero means white boy. But it was a badge of honor. I didn't take it offensively. But living in LA, I was shot at at the same time as the LA riots were going on. Hell yeah, I was fucking shot at. And thank God I hit the ground. Literally hit the ground. And I shouldn't have been out anyway because we were under a 72-hour lockdown order because of the LA riots. Because of Maxine Waters, who is still in government right now. Yeah, she incited the riots. The LA riots. Even though Rodney King said, look, yeah, what happened to Rodney King should not have happened at all. But he spoke out for peace. Several years ago, he was found dead in his swimming pool, okay? Yeah. They said he got drunk and went swimming in his swimming pool and he drowned. Bullshit. They killed him. They fucking killed him. Just like they assassinated Martin Luther King. Why? Because they were both, and both of them, kings. Rodney King, no relation. No relation. But if you think about the two, Martin Luther King, Rodney King, they were both talking about unity among the races. What the fuck are the Democrats talking about? This fucking idiot Joe Biden. You know what, Joe Biden? Fuck you from Texas. Thank you, Texas GOP. Finally, someone leads the way for the United States. We do not recognize you as the president of the United States. You shouldn't even be there. You're there by fraud. You're there by fraud. Fuck you, Nancy Pelosi, all of you. Chuck Schumer, fuck that asshole. Adam Schiff, yeah. Now, here in the state of Texas, we will not recognize Joe Biden as the president of the United States. What does that mean? It means we could be seceding. Bye. You know, you want to sink, America? You want to sink? Okay, you're on your own. I'm fortunate enough to have been born in Texas, into a state that was once its own country. And if you think we can't become the Republic of Texas again, we can. And thank you, Texas GOP, for speaking our minds and making it known that here in the state of Texas, we do not recognize Joe Biden as a legitimate president. We know he shouldn't be there. We know he stole the election. They stole it for him. The fucking globalists, those assholes who are actively talking about massive depopulation of the earth. Yeah. Georgia Guidestones. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. No, it was fucking written. The Georgia Guidestones are the 10 Commandments of the Antichrist. They are exactly counter to God's wishes. Exactly counter to Jesus Christ. And that's why they're like, oh, it's so unpopular to be Christian. Really? Then why is it that 75% of us in this country are still 75% of us are still Christian. How are you going to get rid of us, you little pathetic, little quarter secular maniacs? How do you plan to get rid of us? Please do tell. Oh, we'll disarm you. Okay, that didn't work because you're not going to disarm us. So what next? What are you going to do now? Huh? And this is not aimed at this is aimed at militant atheists. Total fucking assholes. There are 3 people I can name off the top of my head that are exempt from this rant. My friend Graham Bonner, former drummer of Swerve Driver and the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and he's currently residing in London, UK. My friend Grant Dawson, also a drummer from the state of Georgia, and Kelly Scott. Kelly Scott, the drummer of Failure. They are currently on tour, and Kelly Scott is a freaking fantastic drummer, and I love the guy. And you know, he jokes around. He joked around and told me he's a recovering Catholic. Okay, I understand. You know, I understand that recovering Catholic. Okay, it's like trying to get over maybe some of the traumas that he might have gone through in his life. I don't know, because I wasn't brought up in the Catholic Church. But these are guys that never fucked with me or gave me shit just because I'm a Christian. They never told me that I am lacking in intelligence, I am uneducated, and all these other false accusations, because I have a personal relationship with not a sky fairy, but God. He's not a sky fairy. He's not imaginable. He's not a figment of the imagination. He is real. It's not my problem if people haven't gotten to know him. I have. Yes, he speaks to me. Yes, he does. Joy Behar. Ugh. That's mental illness when you say God speaks. Yeah. He does speak to us. You dumbass. Joy Behar. Another secular Jew, by the way. Secular Jew. But they, you know, they stand behind that, oh, you can't mess with us because we're a Jew. But it's okay to mess with people like Mark Levin, who's a Jew. But, yeah, it's okay to mess with him because he's a Republican. See, you know, the time has come that we're going to have to get ready to fight back. Don't let anyone roll you over. Don't let anyone trample all over you. You don't have to put up with that bullshit. And this leftist mob, their violence is being excused by the FBI. And by the way, fuck you, FBI. Fuck you, assholes. I trust the U.S. Marshals more at this point. I think the U.S. Marshals are more honorable. The FBI is just a wing of the Democrat Party at this point. Fuck you. Fuck the January 6th committee. Fuck you. No. We will not be disarmed. Never. We will always have more guns in this country than we have people. And those guns are multiplying. 10 years from now, we will have 100 more times guns than we have people in this country. Because of people like you, Joe Biden, and you communist motherfuckers. Joe Biden, they said he was a centrist. No, he's a communist. Folks, we are going under communism right now. And I can tell you right now, the state of Texas, we're not putting up with that shit. We might be exiting the union. And there will be many more following us. As much as we love the United States, in Texas, we can stand alone. And we are the first state that declared Joe Biden is illegitimate, and we do not recognize him as the president of the United States. That has never happened in the history of the United States. You guys can say whatever you want about Trump. No state ever voted to deem him at the illegitimate president of the United States. Texas, we just rejected Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to listen to you, asshole. You want to call me Ultra MAGA? Come on, motherfucker. What else are you going to call me? Christian nationalist? Hell yeah, let's raise the Christ flag. If that's what you want. I'll tell you what. I would rather salute the flag of Christ with the cross on it than the rainbow flag or the anarchy flag from Antifa or the Pan-African flag from BLM, which is anti-white, by the way. Everybody who isn't black shall die. They're talking about Hispanics as well, by the way. BLM is anti-Hispanic too, not just anti-white. In case you idiots out there haven't been paying attention. So, you can talk about demographics and you can get your hopes up, but in this country, as of right now, 75% of us are Christians. 25% of you are, we don't care what you think. We don't give a fuck what you think. So you think that there's going to be a Christian persecution, just like there was a Jewish execution in Germany. Now you think there's going to be a Christian persecution here in the United States. No. That's why we're armed. Come and take it, assholes. Come and take it. Come, try to take it. And you'll probably be leaving in a body bag.